Hello and welcome back to this channel. In the description of my last video, I mentioned that the visa bulletin had just been released. It is the visa bulletin for the month of November 2022 and it shows the cutoff numbers for the month of December 2022. It was released on yesterday, Friday, October 7th. That is what we will be discussing in this video. But before we begin the discussion, let me inform you that I'm going to include the link to my last video in the description of this one. I encourage you to watch that video because it provides insight into what we will be discussing in this video. And in addition to that, I'm also going to include the link to the visa bulletin in question in case you wish to access the bulletin for yourself. The just released visa bulletin for the month of November shows movements across all regions and in all exception countries. This means that the cutoff number that was established for each region and each exception country for the month of November was increased for the month of December. And that is going to allow some cases that were not current in the various regions and exception countries for the month of November to become current in the month of December. Now, we are not going to consider all of the cutoff numbers in the just released visa bulletin, but what we are going to do is to focus on the Africa region. The cutoff that was established for the Africa region for the month of November was 5,700. And for the month of December, the cutoff for Africa has been increased to 9,000. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post on the screen the visa bulletin from last month alongside the just released visa bulletin. And that will give you the opportunity to see the movement or increase in the cutoff numbers that has occurred across all regions and in all exception countries. This is it. You can take a few seconds to look at it before we continue our discussion. The increase in the cutoff numbers across all regions and in all exception countries that you just saw on your screen suggests a number of things for different groups of DV 2023 cases. And so based on that, I will be addressing 4 different groups of DV 2023 applicants. The first group of DV 2023 applicants that I would like to address are those who have not yet submitted their DS-260, especially those who are expecting an important event to take place in their life. We discussed that in detail in the last video, and so I'm not going to go back into that in this video. But what I want to say to you is that the increase in the cutoff numbers that you just saw on your screen does not change what we discussed in that last video. Follow the same approach that we said that you should follow. Your event takes place, you include relevant information from that event before you submit your DS-260. What is interesting about the DV program is that interview scheduling is done by case number. It is true that there has been some irregularities in the past, but in the case of DV 2023, the case number order is being respected when it comes to interview scheduling. And so, if you delay your case because of that important event that is coming up in your life, but you have a low case number, whenever you submit your DS-260, processing of your case as well as scheduling of your interview will be prioritized over those who have high case numbers, even if they submitted their DS-260 when the results were released in the month of May. That is the advantage that the diversity visa program gives to those with low case numbers. So in short, if you happen to be in this first group, simply apply what we said in the last video. Now to our second group. that is those who submitted their DS-260 some time ago, they saw from past visa bulletins that their case number had become current, but they have not received their interview notification. The increase in the cutoff numbers in the just released visa bulletin is good news for you in case you find yourself in this second group. That increase has made new cases current for interview for the month of December. New cases being made current for interview for the month of December mean that there's availability of visa numbers and interviewing slots for the month of December, which cases like yours that have been current for some time now are going to benefit from. Some of you just received your interview notification in the week ending today. Now, this is the reason why. At the end of the month, before the visa bulletin is prepared, the visa office receives reports from the various embassies and consulates concerning interview possibilities. Now, from the end of September report, they saw that there were a number of available interviewing slots at some embassies and consulates. And so what they did was to assign some of the cases that have been current and ready for interview for some time now to those available spaces at the embassies and consulates concerned. The interviews in question are generally toward the end of November. And so in case you are a part of this second group, that is, you have been expecting your interview notification for some time now and you did not receive it in the past week for an interview toward the end of November, then it means that your interview is expected in the month of December. And it is from Monday, the 10th of October, that interview notifications for the month of December will begin to be sent out. So as of Monday, you can begin to look in relevant locations for your interview notification and continue to do so until the end of the month of October. That is why I urged you in the last video to be patient until the end of the month of October. So that is it concerning the second group of DV 2023 applicants that are under discussion in this video. Now over to the third group. And the third group are those who just became current. That is, before the publication of the visa bulletin, you were not current, but the publication of the visa bulletin with the increase in the cutoff numbers has made your case number to become current. And it concerns cases in the Africa region with case numbers beginning at 5,700 up to 8,999. If you happen to have a case number in the Africa region in this range, then the interview notifications that will be sent out beginning Monday concern your case as well, provided you have submitted your DS-260. So you should begin to look in relevant locations for your interview notification as of Monday, October 10, up to the end of the month of October. Now, at the end of the month of October, not all of you will be scheduled for interview. If you are not scheduled for interview by that time, it will not mean that there is a problem with your case. It will simply mean that interview spaces for the month of December have been exhausted. And so in that case, your interview will be forwarded to the month of January, and then your interview notification will be received sometime during the month of November. And finally, applicants whose case numbers are still not current. It was discussed in the last video. In case your case number is still not current, then simply continue to follow the visa bulletin until it tells you that your case number is current for a certain month. And that is when you can look forward to receiving your interview notification. Now, the discussion in this video focuses on the Africa region. So if you are an applicant from another region, what is discussed in this video also applies to your region. Whatever group you find yourself in, the remarks that have been made concerning that group concerns your case as well. And as I said at the beginning, I'm going to include the link to the last video in the description of this one. Click on that link and watch that video for more explanation regarding what we just discussed. Now, to those of you who just received your interview notification, I would like to say congratulations. Congratulations to you as well, in case your case number just became current. And to all of you who are looking forward to receiving your interview notification sometime during the month of October, I would like to wish you the very best. And so that is about all we have in today's discussion. Thanks for watching this video, and see you very soon, God willing, in the next video. Goodbye.